俺はもう準備万端だ。
はい、みんなを守ります。
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられる者などいません。諦めた方が賢明。
最悪は透明の中に消え失せなさい。耐えられます。何が全部何に切れない方法はないよ。私に任せてください。元気一体。
Hey, what's up, man? Hello. Good morning. Wasn't sure how much I cared about the direct, but kind of woke up at like 5:30, so I'm like, why not? Why not? I got a little money saved up for shadow drops. But I doubt they'll have anything I actually care about. How you doing? They go into these things with realistic expectations, so that's why people get so disappointed. Like, what else are they gonna have for the regular Switch at this point? I feel like it's very obviously on the way out. But then again, I tend to like the stuff at the directs that people aren't like super excited for. Less popular stuff, so maybe they'll have a shadow drop. Actually, like, yes.
Sugoi 私が大敵。私についてきて。恐れることはないわ。すべてを。もっと来てよ。私についてきて。恐れることはないわ。すべてを粉々にしてのは最高だわ。私についてきて。恐れることはないわ。あがいてみせて。了解だ。
You just like can't get her.
私についてきて。
Can't get her rotation going. It's a little bit too early to be playing this. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're gaming now.
私がいる場所が戦場よ。みんなを守る陣地を作る。そう見て滅びなさい。賛美しなさい。主は許しません。私についてけ。全てを粉々にする。最高だわ。私もいけます。了解です。みんなを守る。滅びなさい。賛美しなさい。私もいけます。この矢はあなたの憐れみです。
Of course, LV's here when I'm playing the anime waifus. Of course, it's like he has some kind of alarm. What are you doing up at this hour? I couldn't go back to sleep, so I'm like, I guess I'll stream the direct. I wasn't like super excited for it, but I don't really feel like going back to sleep. Probably just sleep like after it's over. Should be over around like 8 o'clock. I usually go for like what, like 40 minutes. Unfortunately, the cool male characters are not in the game yet, like Noctis. Noctis is like my kind of character. Badass guy. I'm excited for Crimson Weave Alpha though. She's gonna be like, I think towards the end of this year. She's coming up pretty soon. Balter's in like 2 weeks. It's gonna be pretty exciting. I got almost enough to SS3 her already, so it's pretty good. Alright, yeah. Gotta do this and Voodoo, and then maybe we'll play some One Piece for a bit, or I'm not sure what game I'm gonna play after this actually. Got about 40 minutes to kill. Alright, now for the not fun one, because this version of Karen is very RNG reliant. It's a real pain. Probably gonna take a couple resets. Oh, I just fucked up my whole thing, didn't I? I just fucked up my whole thing because I used her. I didn't even notice. I guess I'm not gonna rank high this week. I just made a rookie mistake. I'm not used to having two bosses where you need her. Well, I guess I'm just not gonna bother doing the rest then. Yeah, I'll just suck it up and take up the loss this week, I guess. I don't know why I just noticed that after a couple days since weekly reset, but yeah, I fucked that one up. That's okay. These things happen. I don't really feel like fighting that boss anyway. No anger. It's all good. I got enough to get Balter to double S3. I got enough scars, so I don't really care. I use crying over spilled milk. I like just noticed that. That's the first time I've ever done that in like over 2 years of playing this. I've never made a mistake like that before. Could probably use Kamui, but I'll do that later. I don't feel like doing it right now. Alright, what level am I on in Battle Pass? Oops, no, don't purchase. Can't use my precious black cards. 67. Yeah, I think if I do some of the mini games, I can probably get level 80. How many vouchers do I have? 'Cause I'm saving up for next patch. Next patch, Rosetta, I think, is going to be added to the Battle Pass thing. So let's see, how many shards do I need? I don't even remember what she gets at Triple S. She would pretty much need the whole thing. Defense Shred. Yeah, that might be worth going for. How many black cards do I have exactly? Got about 23,000. It's 30,000 to get 2 copies of Bianca. So, I'm kind of low on cash again, but I think if I spend like... I was gonna buy the $50 pack. Which one is it? I'm not gonna do it right now, of course, but some point. Which one? Not that one. That one actually might not be that bad. It's 168 rainbow cards. It's like 25 bucks. But there was another one in here. This one. Yeah, that would be enough to get her to double S3. So 2 copies. 2 copies from Pity. That's assuming I don't get an early one. And then I'd have 10 pulls for the weapon. And then the pet. I think I got 10 pulls for the pet as well. Been doing good about saving up. Yeah. Yeah, with Battle Pass I would have enough for Pity. So yeah, dropping 50 bucks is probably going to be what I'll do. That seems like the way to go. Oh, I got Hero this week. Nice. Alright, let's play something else. Yeah, Bianca's in 11 days to be exact, so about a week and a half is when she drops. They're gonna make a lot of money. They're gonna make a lot of money with that character, because even if you're not into the waifu thing, I'm not into that kind of thing. She is a busted character, and she's really fun to play. So a lot of people are gonna be swiping. I won't really have to swipe because I've saved up, and I buy the Battle Pass and the monthly card every month, so that gives you more than enough. But yeah, I'm gonna need 2 copies of her. So I'm hoping that I get one early, but if I don't, I'll drop the cash, and I'll get her guaranteed, which is pretty awesome. Kind of planning for 2 pities. 2 pities. And then I might have to spend on the weapon as well. We'll see. I generally have pretty bad luck with weapons in PGR. I get boned pretty hard. We'll see what happens though. It's 11 days away. That's pretty exciting. I got 23,000 black cards, so I could probably get about another 2,000 before the patch ends. So yeah, if I bought that pack, I would hopefully get everything. Just get the whole shebang. That'd be pretty awesome. Let's see here. Maxed out like most of the characters. Most of the characters I like playing. Let's play Cocaine Luffy. I already got a new R1 that I didn't see, so let me try that really quick. if I'm hallucinating or not. I don't know if I'm Delulu. No, I don't see a new one in here, actually. Oh, wait. I think this one is new. Oh, but it's a Muso attack. Having those extra 2 skill points is going to make a huge difference. It's kind of the problem with this game, is the skill point system is way more restrictive than it was in the previous game. You don't have a lot of space. I'm thinking special move enhancement might actually be really good with him. Take that off, put this. Let's see how this goes. Actually, this is a really shit map. I don't want this one. That's a terrible map. It's way too big. Ah, it's a nice map. We'll go with that one. Aketo!
すぐに消してやる。シャンプル。お前と俺、どっちが上かはっきりさせとこう。
Alright, time for some cocaine. Let's go.
これくらいで俺を止められると思うなよ。助かったロボ。俺たちの最強タッグを見せてやろうぜ。これが俺の最高海賊王になるのは俺だ。
兵力の違いだ。
これが俺の最高地点だ。
ここで終わってたまるか。俺は逃げるぜ。
どうだ、俺は強いだろうが。
お前いい音を出しそうだ。一曲目を終えてくるか。いいでしょう。ゾーンデュエル最高のライブにします。ソウルキングとディアマテ手を組んだのか。まとめて捕らえろ。待ってて。
やぶね。
まるで嵐のよう。わしが始末をつけねえとなる。この戦いに勝ちゃ俺の時代の到来だ。
ごめんじいちゃん、俺急いでんだ。またな。
ロビー、調子でぶっ飛ばせ。まずお役に立ってみせますよ。この俺と共に戦えるんだ。おお
いい場所だな。ほらここ。
なんとのびのびとした戦いぶり。ゴムだけに。
Yeah, the stuttering is really annoying. I don't know why the hell this game is stuttering. I'm on like a $2,000 computer. It really triggers me. It can run like other stuff at 165 FPS, but this game for some reason is stuttering like crazy, like a parrot. I don't get it, man. Very strange. Supposedly there's gonna be another patch today, so hopefully they fix that shit, because why does this game run better? This game ran better for me 3 years ago than it does now on a much more powerful computer. The stuttering's pretty obnoxious. Alright, got about 20 minutes to go. So what's a quick game I can play? Just for like 15 minutes. Oh, I know. I got the perfect idea. You guys can probably predict what it's gonna be, but yeah. The only thing I can play where I can actually make progress in like 15 minutes. You guessed it. You could probably guess what it is. You might already know. There you go. We're gonna play some health. We're gonna play some health. Looks like I already had a run going here last night. Didn't stream last night. Oh, that's right. I wanted to get that. I don't think I have a source for that now, do I? No, whatever. Let's keep going. We're gonna play some health and get like halfway through this game before the direct starts. Consistently beating this in about 27 minutes, so get a game going here.
Not this time. Up we go.
What do you mean leaving? No. Say I was leaving. I said I'm playing this for like 10 minutes before the direct starts. And say I was leaving. Where'd you get that idea from? If I'm up at this hour, I'm gonna watch the damn thing. Even though I'm like not super excited. I really think the Switch is on its way out. They're not gonna have anything super crazy, but I woke up. I couldn't go back to bed. Yeah. We're watching it. I don't know how much undivided attention I'm gonna give it, but I'll watch it. Usually not. Usually if I'm up at this hour, I go back to bed, because I work from home and at my neighbor's house, so I have like a normal schedule. Unless I have something I have to do in the morning. But today I just couldn't couldn't go back to bed. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it. Why not? I don't really get disappointed with gaming events, these advertising events they do, because I know just from gaming, being on the internet for so long, people overhype things a lot. I don't know, even with this direct, it seems like people are like not doing the usual overhyping. Just because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to, or a video game industry analyst to realize that the Switch is on its way out. Past this holiday season, it's looking pretty barren, which obviously means that a new one is coming. I expect a lot of smaller stuff. Maybe there's some DLC for some existing games, but even that's kind of up in the air, just because the Pokemon DLC came out like yesterday. If they do anything with Tears of the Kingdom, it'll be probably next year when the new console is out. Like, that's not getting any DLC either. What else do they really have? I'm thinking they're going to be really, really relying on third-party support for these last.
Oh, no, you don't.
Pretty much the last quarter for the Switch.
Cutting loose.
Bellissima! I do have some money saved up that I haven't spent that I'm gonna use for the direct if they shadow drop something. Because generally with directs for me, people always overhype things and they get excited for stuff that was never gonna happen. But historically, they have shadow dropped a lot of things. actually like really was interested in. I don't know if that's just my taste in games or because I tend to like smaller games. I don't really play a lot of like big games, but yeah, usually save up some money if I can. Save up like 20 bucks or something. Skip eating out for a day and get something good if it's worth it. It has to be like an exclusive or something, because I don't really use the Switch anymore. Ever since I got the deck. Like, don't touch it. I hadn't even turned it on in, like, months. It's been sitting in my room unplayed. It's been replaced. It's been put in the, retirement home. I'm hearing that there might be a F-Zero Battle Royale, which I think people would be very pissed off about, because there hasn't been an F-Zero game in, like, almost 20 years. The last F-Zero game was not GX, it was... what was it called? Maximum Velocity? It was a GBA game. And it was basically a anime tie-in game, believe it or not. It's an anime tie-in game. Of course, we didn't get the anime over here, but
Oh, let's go.
yeah, a lot of people don't know that about the last F-Zero game, is it was an anime tie-in because there was one airing in Japan at the time. So I think people would be pretty pissed.
Those cubes are
People would be pretty pissed if that's what the... if that leak is actually true. I don't know, all you could really do is laugh at that point. Here, you got your new F-Zero, but it's a Battle Royale that will, shut down in a year. I don't think that's what people meant when they said they wanted a new F-Zero. Sure as hell need a new F-Zero right now. Arcade racing games are pretty much dead. All that's left is the realistic sims like Gran Turismo and Forza, which I don't find anywhere near as fun. It's gonna be hilarious if that happens. That's just like, that's the epitome of being tone deaf. It's possible that they're using it, if it's true, they're using it for the Capcom test. See if it's still profitable to make an F-Zero game like 20 years after the last one. I don't know how many people are gonna be like super enthused to play Battle Royale. I don't know, people liked Mario 35. They liked that game, but then they shut it down for no reason. It was actually very popular. I think that's gonna hurt that announcement being true more than anything, because they just kind of kill off those games.
Oh, no, you don't.
Like, why are you shutting down something that was being played? There's plenty of other battle royales that people don't play. At least like have a reason for shutting it down. It's like the player count wasn't why that game shut down. They just didn't want to have it up anymore. It was actually a very big draw to paying for the Switch Online service too, so that makes it make even less sense. That was getting a lot of people to subscribe. They just kind of shut down the Mario Battle Royale for, like, no reason. And what was funny is that somebody actually made a homebrew, like, independent Mario Battle Royale, and I think Nintendo cease and desisted it, which is just funny, because it's like, you shut down the one that people can't play it anymore, like, you shut it down. You pulled the plug, and people actually wanted to still play it. Nintendo works in mysterious ways. Don't do things that always make sense. It's just interesting because there's battle royales that shut down because people like actually are not playing them. Like they don't even have enough players to get a match going. Oh wow, phase skip. That was pretty good. Nice. Alright, we'll finish this next level and then I'll start setting up for the 3 FPS direct. Depending on how long this takes. Oops.
Off you go.
Might be a summon room, so I should probably take it. Actually, we'll do this. We got 5 minutes. Boss is gonna die pretty quick. All the tools to burst him down. No chest, that sucks. Alright, we'll beat this boss and then I'll set up. Got time. Especially because I like max agility. Supersonic speed. Get through a room in like a second. Dash, jump, and air dash.
Not this time.
Okay, there we go. 5 minutes left. Let me do this mini game really quick, and then we'll set up. Got time.
You are about to discover the greatness of Fox cuisine. Wait, did it work? For real?
All right, let's get set up. Yeah, went through half the game in like 10 minutes. That's not bad. Although the last level can be really long depending on the level generation. If it decides to give you a level where you can't skip any rooms. Anyway, I'm getting set up right now. Give me a moment here. They're starting up. I usually just watch the YouTube one because just turn off the chat, and it doesn't. I like doing these things on YouTube because you can turn off the chat. When you turn off the chat on Twitch, it like messes with the play screen. I'm actually like not really a fan of that, so alright. There we go. Give me a moment. Alright, make sure this looks good. There we go. Alright, let me go ahead and refresh it so it's all caught up. Hide the chat. Hide the chat if you value your brain cells. Well, I'm hearing that the Pac-Man Battle Royale is also going to shut down for no reason. The only Battle Royale they've done that hasn't been killed is pretty much the Tetris one. I think the Tetris one is like an evergreen one because they use it to entice people to pay for the online, which I think is pretty good. I played a little bit of Tetris 99 when it came out. Oh. would help if I had the sound on, huh? Probably was watching something earlier. Lots of annoying music on YouTube. Sometimes I watch stuff muted. Alright, there you go. They just add roguelike mode to Splatoon 3. Everybody's learning. It's like, hey, you already have good game mechanics built around fighting stuff. Why don't you just make a roguelike mode? Instead of making a new roguelike, just put the mode in something that already exists. It's like everybody's learning that. You got Streets 4, Turtles, Ultra Age. It's like this growing trend. It's like, yeah, rather than make a new one, just put it in a game that's already out.
Hello, everyone.
It takes like
I'm
less
Steve
effort.
Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
It's like, why did it take people?
You just saw a new
developers so
trailer
long to
for Wave
realize that?
2 of the Splatoon 3 Expansion Pass DLC, Side Order. This brand new story is set in the Spire of Order, where you'll strengthen your character's abilities as you ascend the Spire's floors. We're developing this single-player DLC so it can be played over and over again. It's planned to release in spring 2024, so please look forward to it. Okay, let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
The toys are back in town. Donkey Kong. Mario.
Here we go.
The rivalry that heated up on the Game Boy Advance system reignites on the Nintendo Switch system. With his eyes on the prize, Donkey Kong has stolen all the mini Mario toys from the factory. And it's up to Mario to track him down. In each stage, contraptions and other challenges await. Observation and action are vital to your success. Mario needs to reach the key, but he can't quite cross the gap. That monkey's tail
This is how you know
looks
the
a
Switch is
little
dying.
suspicious, though, doesn't it?
I remember
If
when
Mario does this,
Mario vs. Donkey Kong came out and like no one
now he
cared
can get
about
across. And
This is not
safely grab the
exactly
key.
a megaton.
Platform
It's
too
like
high?
we're desperate
Reach
for
it with a
games because
handstand
everybody's
jump
working
or a
on the new one.
backflip. Like that.
Still good to see this, but it's very
Observe
obvious.
and act to collect mini Marios, clear
Feels a
stages,
lot like
and face
these last
Donkey
two
Kong
directs have
head
felt
on.
a lot like the last two ones they did for the Wii U.
In
It's
this
like, all right, we don't
updated
have any
version
more
of the
AAA
game, you can
Megatons.
play with a friend in
We
local
still have
co-op.
games to play, but they're not like
However you choose
you're
to
gonna be,
puzzle
like,
your way
super
through,
hyped for.
it's up to you to recover the toys.
maybe if you're really thirsty for like a new like
Mario
somewhat
vs. Donkey
respectable
Kong
budget game.
launches on Nintendo Switch February 16th.
You'd buy it,
Pre-orders
but
begin
it's not
today
like-
on Nintendo eShop.
it's not like the most exciting thing or like a system seller.
Save the prince and the world.
I think the leaks about the Switch
Guide
Switch 2 are
Sargon
true.
as he
and
sets off to save the Prince of
probably in
Persia
the next few
and
months
restore the
they'll
world's
announce
balance.
the new one.
Tapping into
Probably
the roots
like
of the
first
Prince of
quarter,
Persia
second
series,
quarter next
this
year,
game
we'll
features
get the new
2D,
Switch.
side-scrolling action-adventure gameplay.
I actually might want
Dash
to play
through
this.
breathtaking
This looks like something
environments
I
in a
would like.
mythological, Persian-inspired world.
I like
But don't linger too
platformers
long
with
if
good
you hope to
movement.
survive.
It's one of my
Harness
side
sword and
genres.
bow techniques, as well as time powers to best these
Definitely would
hostile
not buy this on the
lands.
Switch though.
As your journey
I can tell you
progresses,
that.
Sargon will grow
Unless it's
stronger
exclusive.
and learn new abilities that
I'll
expand
buy
his
it and
arsenal.
play it on PC.
Equip amulets to further boost your abilities, among
Yeah, I
other
am kind of
perks.
interested in this actually.
The number of amulets you can equip is limited though, so choose wisely. Use everything at your disposal to navigate this harsh world and defeat the mythical beasts that
just play
stand in
this
your
on
way.
Steam Deck.
Get ready to save the prince and discover the mysteries of Mount Kaf. When Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown launches on the Nintendo Switch system January 18th. You can receive the in-game Warrior Within outfit by pre-ordering the game from Nintendo eShop. These games will help you chase your passions. Rev up for true arcade racing in Horizon Chase 2. Speed through stunning environments, each with its own
Yeah, if
dynamic
the game
art
is
style,
Japanese
while
only, then
overtaking your rivals on
they
the
show
road.
it on there.
Play the main campaign
Like that
to
spiritual
unlock
Goemon
vehicles,
game. That game looks
courses,
pretty
and
cool.
more. You can also
But I know it's
upgrade
gonna
your
run like
vehicle
garbage.
and style it to fit your high-octane needs.
I'd be
Itching
more inclined
for
to check
more
that out if
racing
it
action?
got like a frame
Up to
rate patch
4
or something that I
speedsters
can
can put the
play
pedal
on the
to the
Switch
metal
on the
in couch
PC.
co-op or online.
But otherwise,
Go full
yeah.
throttle in Horizon Chase 2, launching on
I don't
Nintendo
know why they're not
Switch
localizing
later
that one.
today.
That would be like the perfect like medium-sized game
Warm
to
up
put
for
out.
musical mayhem in this
And
rhythm-based
the Switch
adventure.
is obviously dying
Time your
down,
button
and it
presses
doesn't really
with the
have a lot
music
more
to
AAA
solve
games
puzzles
left
and
past
battle
this year.
bosses. Over 30 thrilling tracks await, including
I
music
don't
from
know. They
iconic
don't localize
Konami
stuff that
games.
people would actually buy.
Up to 4
Like
friends can
Goemon,
battle it out in
spiritual
versus
successor,
modes,
looks really
or
cool.
jam together in local or online play.
I guess it's not getting an
Super
English
Crazy
translation.
Rhythm
Apparently
Castle
it's
launches
not.
on Nintendo Switch November 14th.
I think that game is
Pre-orders begin
region-locked.
today on Nintendo eShop.
I don't think the language barrier would be too bad.
Anya Forger has a new assignment from school, creating a photo diary. On weekdays, you'll head to class, then enjoy family time in the evenings. On days off, you can visit all sorts of exciting places, like the beach or an art museum, in search of subjects to photograph. How will you spend your time with friends and family? And what kind of photo diary will you help Anya make? Spy Anya: Operation Memories launches on Nintendo Switch next year. Mario's first RPG adventure returns. The Super Mario RPG game is back with updated graphics. Let's go over some new and returning gameplay features. Time your button presses with action commands to increase damage dealt or decrease damage received. When you time your attacks perfectly, you can now damage all enemies at once.
That's pretty cool. Wow, that's a huge
Every
change.
successful action command will fill this gauge. When it's full, you can unleash the 3-character triple move.
What the hell? This looks really awesome.
Depending on your current party, the move will change, so experiment with different combos. During your adventure, you'll encounter bosses with colorful personalities. After clearing the game, you can fight some of them again. But these powered-up bosses aren't gonna be easy.
I kind of
Set
don't
off for
like that they
adventure with
still
Mario
have
and
stuff that you
friends
can't block.
when Super Mario RPG
I
launches
don't
on
like
the
that.
Nintendo Switch system November
like how,
17th. Pre-orders are
Indivisible
available
did it. You
now
could, like,
on
block
Nintendo
everything.
eShop.
And it made it feel like you weren't.
Hey,
Made it feel like you weren't just trading hits
Look
like
alive.
most turn-based games.
we're almost there.
I think it's kind of dumb that you like don't have a guard command for like a lot of the cinematic moves.
The Nintendo
Just kinda
DS
have to take
game
the
Trace
damage.
Memory returns
I don't
on the
really like
Nintendo
that.
Switch system as another code to memories. One day, a young girl named Ashley receives a letter from the father she thought had passed away. Seeking answers, she sets
Well, I
off
mean,
for the
Mario
solitary
RPG
Blood Edward
was
Island in search of him.
Pretty much before.
Once there, Ashley encounters
JRPGs
puzzles
had,
and
like, replay
obstacles
value.
that hinder her investigation.
Replay value was just playing it again for like self-imposed challenges. That's why Chrono Trigger was so revolutionary, because it actually had stuff in the game to make you want to play it more than once. There were multiple endings and missables, and like they had you could carry over your stuff.
She also meets a mysterious boy.
I mean, that was only
What
like
truths await Ashley
barely
in
a
this
year
place?
before Mario RPG.
No
so
matter how hard I try,
I think that game
I
gets a
can't remember
pass.
Dad's
It's
face.
a product of its time. Even after
Who are
Chrono
you?
Trigger, there still weren't
The
like
sequel,
that many
Another Code R,
JRPGs that
Journey
really
into
had
Lost
a
Memories,
lot of replay
previously
value until
unreleased
you
in
start
North
getting into the
America, is
PS2
also
era.
included.
So this is like Juliet,
Tales series
huh?
was actually one of the
Play
biggest
both
pioneers
games to
for like
experience the full story.
making it so you want to play a long
Unravel
game
both
like that more
adventures,
than once.
fully enhanced for Nintendo Switch,
So it's
when
cool that
Another
they're
Code
updating it. There's gonna be,
Recollection
like, more
launches
stuff to do.
January 19th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo
Even
eShop.
a lot of the PS1 JRPGs don't really have any kind of
Another Code
Material
Recollection
replay
includes
value
two
is
games,
mostly
the
just
Nintendo DS game
play it
Trace
again 'cause
Memory
you like
and
the
its Wii
story,
sequel, which
or you
was
wanna
never
challenge
released
yourself.
in North America.
only
Both
use, like, a
games
certain
are fully
character or
enhanced
don't
on
level up much
Nintendo
or
Switch.
something.
Please look forward to
They
playing
didn't really
them
have
early
anything in
next year.
place like, hey, maybe you want to play this
Next,
game again, and
please
there's
take a
some
look
kind of
at this.
material bonus or reason to do so. Wasn't really a thing until the PS2 era. Like I said, Tales was like
One day,
first
a
RPG
loyal
series to
Toad
really
presented a
pioneer that.
flyer advertising a show at the Sparkle Theater.
Star Ocean 6 came out
Princess
last
Peach
year.
and some
Still
Toads
doesn't have
went to
New
go
Game
see
Plus.
it. But then,
2022 game. They have two routes, but they don't even have a
the
New Game
Wicked
Plus.
Grape and the Sour Bunch suddenly made their
Like,
grand
I-
entrance and took
I
center
get
stage.
that Star Ocean has never really had a New Game Plus, but you gotta get with the
Now,
times.
it's up to Peach and the theater's guardian
Even Tales
Stella
of Arise,
to
which
save
was
the
also,
play
like,
and the
pretty
day.
lacking in replay value compared to previous Tales games.
This
they
perfect
still
performance
had,
has become a
you know,
terrible
the
tragedy.
artifacts and stuff, so if we wanted to play the game again,
Luckily,
at least
Peach
there was
can
something
use the
new.
power of Stella's ribbon to face off against the Sour Bunch.
I don't know, JRPGs actually having replay value is still a pretty
The
uncommon
ribbon alone
thing.
won't always cut it, though.
26 years
So
after
let's do this.
Mario RPG came out. It really depends. With Tales, you're pretty safe. With anything else, it's kind of a crapshoot.
Whoa! Peach transformed into Sword Fighter Peach. By transforming,
Persona's
she can
kind
use
of a weird one, 'cause
fantastic
it's like they do
show-stopping
have-
abilities.
I think they do
Fend
have
off
New
the
Game
Sour
Plus,
Bunch with
But
sensational
the game's
swordplay.
like 100 hours long, so most people
Can
won't have
Peach
time to play
save
it
this
more than once.
performance
It's cool that they
and
put
its
that in there.
performers?
What is the
There are
percentage
more
of people that
stolen
have time
shows
to
to
play that
save.
game twice?
Valuable
You could
artifacts
beat, like,
from this
5 other
museum have
games in
gone
that
missing.
time easy.
Become Detective Peach, investigate clues, and track
Good
down
5
who
games
done
in your
it.
backlog you could kill off in the time it would take to play Persona twice.
Desserts have been snatched
But
from
at
the
least they
Sweets
put it in
Festival.
there. That's more than
Turn
some
into
series will
Patissier Peach and save it from a sugar crash. The Sour Bunch got their hands on this martial arts school. Become Kung Fu Peach and take it back from these
Yeah,
foul
cool.
fiends. Many other transformations are just behind the curtain. The stage is set. Our leading lady is ready for the spotlight.
Actually, on that subject, the Final Fantasy
Princess
VII
Peach,
remake
Showtime.
had
Makes
a really
its
cool
debut
New
on
Game
Nintendo
Plus, 'cause you
Switch,
didn't have to play
March
through the whole game
22nd.
again.
Pre-orders begin
just go
today
straight to the
on
chapter that you
Nintendo
wanted.
eShop.
And then the hard mode actually like took away some stuff too to make it more
That was a new look at Princess Peach Showtime. In Peach's latest adventure, the gameplay changes depending on her transformations. It looks like there are more transformations beyond the ones we showed today, so please stay tuned. Let's continue with some more headlines.
A new saga begins. A multi-layered RPG full of rich stories awaits in Saga Emerald Beyond. There are 6 heroes to choose from. A young man who fights with sentient puppets. A witch disguised as a schoolgirl to mask her identity. A crime-fighting duo chasing down a mysterious organization. A songstress mech who lost her voice and body. and a king of darkness who was recently reawakened. Select a hero, then follow their journey through 17 interconnected worlds as they strive to achieve their goals. How the story unfolds is in your hands. The choices you make can unlock different paths, more than ever before seen in the Saga franchise. Fight in timeline battles, turn-based combat in which turn order is crucial to victory. Use special techniques to control the order of actions, or activate team combos to swing the tide of battle in your favor. Saga Emerald Beyond launches on Nintendo Switch next year. The legendary Raider returns. The first 3 Tomb Raider games, all with upgraded visuals, are venturing onto Nintendo Switch in one daring collection. As the fearless archaeologist, Lara Croft, you'll travel the world and face off against deadly foes and even deadlier legends. Climb, backflip,
Yeah, I didn't really grow up with Tomb
and
Raider,
swan
but
dive through perilous quests
a lot of that is
spanning
because I was
different
a
countries
Nintendo kid.
and mythologies. Along the way, you'll solve
My
puzzles to
non-Nintendo
uncover treasures of the ancient
experience
world
growing up was
and
pretty much
unravel mysteries lost to the
arcade
ravages
games,
of time.
and my
This
aunt had a
faithfully
Game Gear.
remastered trilogy comes with all of the expansions
And then going
secret
to-
levels
I
for each
was
game.
friends with,
you can also toggle between
Sega
the
kids
original
growing up.
polygon look and the
I didn't-
upgraded visuals
I
at
didn't really
any
play
time.
a lot of the PlayStation stuff until like
Tomb Raider
later in
1
life.
through 3 Remastered,
Yeah, I
starring
never really
Lara
cared for Tomb
Croft,
Raider.
launches on the Nintendo Switch system
Looks like a
February
good
14th.
remaster, though.
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, so far my wallet is safe.
This detective's got a second bolt of
Well,
brilliance.
Prince of Persia I might check out, but I'll probably look at some
Every great
gameplay
detective
before I buy
starts their
that.
day early.
I definitely
This
wouldn't
is
buy it on
Rhyme
Switch.
City, a place where humans and Pokemon
PC.
coexist. The detective duo of Pikachu and his partner Tim investigate various cases while searching for Harry, Tim's missing father. Tim interviews people, Pikachu interviews Pokemon, and they find the truth together. They'll also rely on other Pokemon to broaden the scope of their investigations. Follow Sense with Growlithe. Smash rocks with Darmanitan. And peer through walls with Luxray. Can Tim and Pikachu solve all the mysteries and find Harry? Find out when Detective Pikachu returns. Launches on Nintendo Switch October 6th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. This game's a real toot. Raise your brass for the quirky rhythm game, Trombone Champ. Play the notes in time with the music as best you can. But how you play that horn is up to you. You can use gyro controls to adjust the pitch up and down. Or the IR motion camera on the right Joy-Con controller. The controls are pretty unique.
Yeah, I mean, I keep
Mastering
saying
every
that
control scheme
the
won't be
Switch
a
is
walk in the
dying
park.
down. The Switch is
Honk
dying
your way
down.
through nearly 50 songs
people are
spanning
in
various
denial.
genres, from classical to electronica and everything in between. Plus, up to 4 musicians can band together in local multiplayer. Trombone
This
Champ
is totally the
slides
last,
onto Nintendo Switch later
Last
today.
quarter for the... or last direct for the Switch, I think.
Battle your way to victory in these Nintendo Switch games.
It's long overdue,
10
yes.
teams of 3 will duke it out for survival in this online battle royale brawler. Knock your opponent's
Long
health down
overdue.
to 0 and deliver a finishing blow, or shove them off the collapsing terrain to win. Choose from 15 heroes.
I'm honestly
each
surprised they're
inspired by a
doing this
different
because people
mythology.
have, like,
Work with your
really
allies to be
unrealistic
the last
expectations
team
with
standing.
these advertising
Battle
streams.
Crush is free to play and launches
Marketing
first for
streams.
consoles on Nintendo Switch
It's like,
next
you know,
spring.
they
A closed
barely
beta
had
test will be
anything
available
before, right?
this October.
The last Nintendo
Lead
Direct
your
a couple
mercenaries
months
to
ago.
fame and fortune
Didn't
in
really
this
have any
open-world
megatons. The
tactical
biggest thing was
RPG. Take
Mario
up various
RPG remake,
contracts
which
from
came
protecting
completely out of left
townsfolk
field.
from thieves to
But even
vanquishing the
that's, like,
land's
not a
most
megaton,
notorious
right?
figures.
You know?
Before battle,
The
equip
average
your
Switch
mercenaries with
audience
the best gear and
is
skills to
people
claim
that haven't
victory
been playing
and
Nintendo
live to
games
see
for
another
decades.
day.
It's like normal
Up to
people.
4 players online can jointly command a troop and journey together across this vast world.
They might have like
War
one
Tales
megaton at
launches
the end,
as a timed
but,
console exclusive
yeah,
on
it's
Nintendo
dying
Switch
down.
later today.
I don't know if people remember.
Run and gun
Oh, wait,
in
oh,
this
shut up.
reimagining of the beloved NES classic, Contra. Blast through explosive stages with a devastating arsenal
Man,
of
this looks
weapons to
terrible.
crush the Red Falcon forces. Spring into action with easy pick-up and play controls and a variety of difficulty
They
options.
outsourced to make
This
this one.
reimagining from Konami and Way Forward features new weapons,
Oh, way forward. Oh,
Enemies.
maybe it'll actually be good then.
powerful super
Opium.
attacks, and a 4-player co-op mode.
With that frame rate.
Contra,
Beautiful.
Operation Galuga, storms onto the Nintendo Switch system early next year. Liberate your kingdom. Reclaim your destiny.
Tis a grievous tale.
Anyway, as I was saying,
Severeth,
while this is
one of
playing,
stolen destiny, stolen minds,
the last 2
and
directs that they
stolen
did for the
nations.
Wii U,
Yet
very
as the
much
world
like this.
stands consumed by
it's like these are
immense
cool
evil,
games, right?
A fallen prince
But
shall
they're
rise
not
again,
system sellers.
ring of
They're not.
legend lighting his path.
They're games to play,
That is
and
the
they definitely
ring
have
of the
their
unicorn,
audiences, but they're
ancestral
not
treasure
system
of
sellers.
Cornea's
you know?
royal
You're
lineage.
not going to buy any of
Legend
these games
speaks
for
of your ancestors
somebody who
wielding it to
doesn't have a Switch,
purify
right?
evil.
You're going to buy them Zelda,
Yet the answer is
Mario,
clear as day
Pokemon.
now. The path before us is laid bare, and all that remains now is to
I think
walk
this
it.
is actually a good sign. That
Walk it I will,
the
brother.
new Switch is coming very soon,
Freely
and
traverse an
hopefully they
expansive
have a
world.
good launch lineup for it.
Gather new allies, forge
Because the
your
Switch, when it
bonds,
launched,
and
didn't really
lead the
feel like you
liberation
needed to have
to
one right away.
glorious victory. Cultivate a
They pretty
grand
much had
army
Zelda.
with over
Mario
60
Odyssey
unique
wasn't until
characters,
later, actually.
from humans and
Mario
elves
Odyssey was like a
to
couple months
massive
later.
beasts
So
and heavenly angels.
that wasn't the thing. It was
Today
pretty much
marks
Zelda.
our first foray into the
had
mists of
Celeste,
despair which
they had
hang
Shovel
heavy
Knight.
over our home.
A couple
May
other
take
like
days,
high-profile
months,
indies, but
or
it
even
wasn't,
years.
it wasn't really
I
worth
shall
buying
see the
at
duties of
launch.
my bloodline fulfilled.
Although in retrospect,
Atlas
if you bought it
and
at launch,
Vanillaware present
one
the
that can be,
rebirth of tactical fantasy RPGs.
you have one that can
Unicorn
be
Overlord.
jailbroken.
Available March 8th, 2024.
It's a new Vanillaware game. That's pretty cool. Kind of sad it's not an action game though.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Welcome to Evershade Valley, a place that's screaming and teeming with the supernatural. Luigi, our faint of heart hero, was sent here to check it out. Time for some mansion mayhem. No spooky adventure is complete without this vacuum-like device, the Poltergust. Use it to light up dark areas, vacuum up objects, and interact with the environment. It's a handy tool for your paranormal escapades. Plus, when you
Who
spot a
remembers
ghost,
the last Wii U
you can
Nintendo
stun them
Direct
with the strobe bulb.
where they
Then
announced that
vacuum
Paper
them
Mario
up.
game that no one likes?
You can even grab
Who remembers
multiple
that?
ghosts at once.
That was like the pretty
In
much
this
an
game,
actual
you'll
example
find
of
ghosts
the decline
haunting.
of Wii U.
A
It's like,
former
yeah,
plant
here's,
research
here's
lab.
a Paper Mario, but it's not one that
A
anybody
broken down
likes.
clock factory that's full of sand. A mine
It's a
covered in ice and
medium-sized game
snow,
to tie you over
and even
until
more
the next
places.
console.
These
I think that
troublemakers will use
Direct
every
had,
trick
like,
in the
barely
book to
anything
block your
besides that,
path.
and then some Breath of the Wild news.
Can Luigi summon his courage and save the day?
This is very similar.
Looking for other ghost hunters? Up to 4 players online can do some exercise across different multiplayer modes. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD creeps onto Nintendo Switch next summer.
How was that? Next, we have 2 announcements to share. First, please take a look at this video. What's that? It's a large question block. Actually, this question block currently appears on the roof of the previously announced Nintendo Gallery that's under construction in Uji City, Kyoto Prefecture. The official name of this gallery will be the Nintendo Museum. At the Nintendo Museum, a wide variety of Nintendo products from the company's history will be displayed. Construction is going well, and we plan to finish up by March 2024. We'll share more information, such as the opening date, at another time. Please stay tuned. Next, we'd like to share some updates on upcoming amiibo figures. The Zelda and Ganondorf amiibo figures are releasing on November 3rd. And amiibo figures of Noah and Mio from the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game will be released as a set on January 19th, 2024. And finally, we have a new amiibo figure to announce. The DLC fighter from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, is on the way. With the release of Sora, everyone is here from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in amiibo form. Please look forward to its release next year. That's all for today's amiibo announcements. Next, please take a look at this.
Well, this got leaked. They really are doing it, aren't they? F-Zero fans are probably not going to be happy about this.
F-Zero game returns as a 99-player battle royale.
This does look cool, though.
F-Zero 99.
Yeah, this was leaked a couple days ago.
Race on classic F-Zero courses with machines from the original Super NES game. Tear through courses in high-speed races, but be careful. Your power meter will decrease if you crash into pilots or guardrails. If it hits 0, you're out. You'll need to avoid collisions and conserve your power meter to stay in the race.
You guys know that the N64 F-Zero,
spend some of your power meter for a temporary speed boost.
It's like one of maybe a dozen games on the N64.
You can also collect Super Sparks, which appear when machines collide, to boost up to a special path.
There aren't that many
called
N64 games that run at 60
It's your
FPS.
best chance at bypassing your rivals and jumping
But,
into
like,
a higher position.
If you play that game now, and you play like Diddy Kong Racing
Complete
or
goals
Mario
while
Kart
you're racing to
64
unlock
right
cosmetic
after,
options for your machine.
It's a pretty massive difference. When they made the N64 F-Zero, they're like, we can't have this running at
99 players, one
usual
winner.
N64
It's
frame
time
rate of
to
like
race
20
your
FPS.
way to first
It's gotta be
place.
60.
Because F-Zero 99 will be available exclusively for active Nintendo Switch Online members later
Hey,
today.
I might check that out later, since I don't have to pay for it.
More than 30 years after its original release, F-Zero is back as a battle royale game. This title also supports the Super NES controller available exclusively for Nintendo Switch Online members. We hope you will give it a try and aim for first place. Okay, let's continue with some more headlines.
One little hero, one humongous problem. Welcome to Vandal City, a whimsical land inhabited by small fuzzy beings called Yordles. After a party gets a little too wild, the portals holding the land together collapse and throw everything into chaos. It's up to you and your knitting magic to stitch Vandal City back together. Journey across the land to gather materials and craft items and meals for the locals. As you continue gathering and crafting,
Oh yeah,
you
the
can weave
Chocobo
together
racing
new
game
upgrades
where they
by unlocking more branches of the
it's
skill
like a
tree.
full-priced game and it had
Enchant
like
your
loot
experience
boxes or
even
something.
further by embarking on quests and
It's
hosting
just Square
festivals
Enix
for the
looking
community.
to see how far they can push
you
the
save
limit.
Vandal
What's
City?
acceptable.
And what mysteries will
pay
you
like
discover
60 bucks
during
for
your
something.
magical adventure? Vandal
And then they got rid
Tale,
of
a
them
League
all.
of Legends story, launches
all
on
the
Nintendo Switch
microtransactions.
next year.
Like, what did you think was gonna happen? You're already competing with
did you
Mario
hear
Kart
that?
8, right? I mean,
Join best friends, Nunu
That's a pretty
and Willem,
impossible
on a
scenario
journey
to be
across
in.
the frozen wilds
but then you
of the
have like
Freljord.
microtransactions in it.
Jump,
I mean, which one are people gonna
climb,
buy? They're gonna buy Mario
and
Kart.
sled your way through a beautiful yet treacherous land, where every
It's a
step
one-time
taken and
purchase
each
and a
puzzle
DLC
solved
pass.
will bring you
That's it.
closer to the truth about these friends
mobile
and
game
their
stuff.
past.
I don't know.
Song of
I just
Nunu,
found that
a
very
League
funny.
of Legends story, launches on the Nintendo
The odds are
Switch
already
system
against you
November
trying
1st.
to make a kart racer on the Switch.
Pre-orders
of all
begin
things.
today on
We
Nintendo
have,
eShop.
the biggest competition.
Let's move into formation.
Let's make sure nobody wants to buy this game ever. It's just dead on arrival.
Greetings! Welcome to the island.
This tropical resort contains tons of micro games that'll get your body moving. In each micro game, you'll get into a specific pose called a form. Copy the form shown, then perform the correct action as quick as you can.
Hand model.
The micro games will come one after another, so look alive. Plus, up to 4 players can battle it out in party mode. Reach the goal without getting caught by
Oh
the
yeah, they
Musa.
don't have any more AAA games for this Switch.
Or settle the score in an arena
I mean, this
to
is
be
pretty
the
much
last
exactly
one
what happened with the
posing.
Wii U.
With over 200 lightning
Breath of
fast
the Wild
micro
was
games
promised,
and multiplayer modes
and they did
aplenty.
release it on the Wii U,
Everyone's in
but,
for a wacky time.
you know, there wasn't anything else.
WarioWare Move It
Mostly
launches on the Nintendo Switch
medium-sized
system
games.
November 3rd. Pre-orders
I mean,
are
they didn't even
available
really
now
have indie
on
support
Nintendo
on the
eShop.
Wii U that much, so it was much worse.
A heroic tale will soon unfold.
It was much worse than what we
Lead
got
an
with the
army of
Switch
over
here.
100 heroes
There's, like,
into
lots of
battle
smaller
and
games.
put an end to an empire's invasion. Meet Noah, a humble villager. Sane, an officer from the Empire. And Marissa, a forest guardian. These 3 band together to fight for a common goal. On their journey, they'll meet a variety of heroes who can join their cause. This is your home base.
I would rather them
known
have
as the headquarters.
a dead
As
next
allies
6
join
months
you, additional facilities will
of, like,
become
nothing
available.
to really play
You'll be able to tend crops,
and actually have a
open
good
shops,
launch lineup
and more.
because
Each
the
hero
Switch
you
didn't
encounter
have
has their own
thousands of games when it
backstory
came
and
out. It
motivation.
had barely anything.
They may not always
If you
get
didn't
along
like
at
Zelda
first, but these conflicts
Shovel
may
Knight or
strengthen the bonds
Celeste,
between your heroes.
There was very little to play.
Trust, betrayal,
There was very little to play.
justice, and truth.
I mean, I didn't
A
get my
heroic
Switch until
tale will
what, like
begin
about a year in or
when
so.
Eiyuden Chronicle 100
I did the
Heroes
fund-
launches
right?
on
I did the
Nintendo Switch,
fundraiser and you guys
April
funded like
23rd.
half of it, and I paid the rest out of pocket. I didn't really feel like I was
Participate in
missing
some
anything until
pixel
then.
perfect play.
So maybe they're planning to have
Next
a
stop,
stronger
Octopia.
launch lineup this time.
Travel to a charming parallel world in this paid DLC for Eastward. Help Sam and John
I mean,
turn the
Zelda was
pages
more
of
than
a new
enough for most
chapter
people,
as they
but they
adjust to
didn't have,
country
like,
life
much
in a
variety
mountainside
compared to
village.
Previous
Tend to
Nintendo
livestock.
consoles. It's
Whip
pretty
up
barren.
culinary delights for your neighbors.
No, it's pretty
and
obvious they've
restore
got
buildings
stuff
to
cooking
help the
for
village thrive.
the new Switch.
And if you're new to Eastward, don't worry. You can
thing's
access the
probably gonna
DLC
be impossible
even if you
to,
haven't played the main
Get it
story.
launched anyway.
Eastward, Octopia, ventures onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
I don't expect it'll be easy to get a Switch for probably
Get back into the
several
groove.
months.
In this sequel to War Groove, charge across 3 tactical campaigns with valiant factions, including a new Mousefolk faction, the Fari. Plus, you can now supercharge your commander's groove to unleash devastating attacks. Lead a roguelike offensive in Conquest mode. Battle friends locally,
Yeah, exclusives are
online.
pretty much dead. Exclusives are kind of a thing
or
of the past for the
create and
most
share
part.
your own
Nintendo,
cutscenes and campaigns.
ironically, has more exclusives than
War Groove 2
Sony
marches
and
onto
Microsoft
Nintendo Switch
combined,
as a console
which is why they're
exclusive
so
October
successful.
5th.
They actually have games you want to
Pre-orders
play.
begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Sony and Microsoft have burnt through like
Dive and catch fish
almost all
by
their
day.
exclusive franchises. They've killed
Then
them.
serve them as sushi by night. And the aquatic adventure, Dave the Diver.
They've killed almost all of them, which is
Use the
why,
fish you've caught to concoct recipes and
ironically, they're
create the
still
day's
losing
menu.
to the Switch, even though the
Then
hardware
tend
sucks.
to the clamoring customers at your sushi restaurant.
They have a much stronger lineup of
Explore
games.
an ever-changing underwater world to find the best
PS5
ingredients
only has, like, what,
and
like 10
strive to
exclusives?
exceed culinary expectations. Dave the Diver launches first for consoles on the Nintendo Switch system October 26th. Pre-orders and a free demo swim onto Nintendo eShop later today. The final wave is racing in. Here's a sneak peek at Wave 6, the final wave of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
Oh, yeah, I
Booster
should
Course
mention
Pass
this 'cause it's
DLC
almost over.
From the Mario Kart Wii game, Daisy Circuit.
This is pretty grounded
More
in
returning
reality.
characters are also being
But a lot
added
of
in
people
Wave
are
6.
saying
From the Mario Kart Double
this
Dash
is the
game,
last chance
Diddy
for Bayonetta 3
Kong.
DLC.
From Mario Kart
If
Wii,
they don't announce it
Funky
now,
Kong.
it's either that game's not getting the DLC that they talk about on the store page
And
for
from
it,
the Mario Kart Tour game,
or they're re-releasing the
Holly.
game on the next Switch, and they're going to have more stuff for it. And yeah, this is
And
pretty much the
also,
last chance,
Key Jet.
because Bayonetta 3 store page says that there's going to be like in-game purchases, and there's none.
Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8
That
Deluxe
game really needed
Booster Course
DLC.
Pass DLC for the
But,
Mario
yeah,
Kart 8
it's looking
Deluxe
like
game
it's not happening.
drives onto Nintendo
Maybe
Switch
they're gonna
this holiday.
Do that for the next
Active Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can enjoy this DLC at no additional cost. The DLC can also be purchased on its own. Something new is among us.
I wouldn't mind that, because Bayonetta 3 barely ran. It was very jarring to play. I mean, the Bayonetta games have never really had consistent frame rates, ironically. Unless you're playing PC version of the first game, which is like rock solid. Or you're playing 2 or 3 on emulator. I think that would be better.
This new
but,
map for Among Us is free and launches this October.
yeah, it's looking like it's not happening.
What did you think? Thanks for sticking with us this far. Next up, we'd like to recap some of the previously announced Nintendo titles you can look forward to playing from September onwards. Let's take a look. We hope you're looking forward to these upcoming titles.
Not really. My wallet's safe.
This next video will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
Wallet's safe. I guess I'm going out for lunch tonight. or today. Mario's kind of been on a decline far longer than other fallen from grace JRPG series like Tales, right? This is the GameCube one brought back, which I think is really cool. But people don't seem to really like the other ones that came after this. Paper Mario's been on the decline way longer than stuff like Final Fantasy and Tales. Gotta just... It's like they get new games, but people don't really like them because they try to change the formula up too much. They're just not as good as the first two. But yeah, this is pretty much how they ended the Wii U. They ended the Wii U with the Paper Mario game. But I think this is a remake of the GameCube one, so... Yeah, there you go. That's actually a pretty big deal.
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, originally released on Nintendo GameCube, will return with enhanced graphics. Whether you played the original or have yet to play it, we hope you'll look forward to experiencing this adventure in a paper world starring Mario and friends. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Alright, cool. My wallet's safe. I'm going out for lunch today. Here's your opinion. Yeah, it's pretty much about what I expected. Switch is on the way out. Ironically, they're killing off the Switch. They're killing off the Switch the same way they killed off the Wii U with a Paper Mario game. It's just this time they're doing it with a Paper Mario game people actually want to play, which is an improvement. There's Paper Mario definitely has been in worse shape than Tails, because Tails is like, Tails is in better shape for sure. You know, the last couple Tails games have not been that great, or they've been of like very inconsistent quality. But like Paper Mario, most people will tell you has not been good since the GameCube one, which is what they just announced, right? So they're repeating what they did with the Wii U. It's like, hey, here's some medium-sized games you might like, but you know, they're not system sellers. We're not doing megatons on the Switch anymore. That's what you can take away from that for sure. It's painfully obvious that that's what's happening. I just hope that they have a strong lineup for the new Switch. I definitely feel like launch lineups for Nintendo consoles are generally pretty weak, and it's been like that for a long time. You go all the way back to the N64 a good 27 years ago. They had Mario and Pilot Wings. That was it. Smash wasn't until like 3 years later. Ocarina of Time was like almost 3 years later. GoldenEye was over a year later. GameCube, same thing. They had very little. Smash Melee wasn't until like months later. They had Pikmin, Luigi's Mansion, that Wario game I don't remember the name of. They were really struggling for releases. It's been a Nintendo constant for decades now. The Switch went on to have the best third-party support of any Nintendo console since the 8 and 16-bit eras, but it took like a year to get there. I didn't get my Switch until... When did I do that fundraiser? It must have been like about a year after it came out, and I didn't feel like I was missing anything until then. It felt like... You know, I'm sure you guys could have helped me get a Switch earlier. I just didn't feel like it was worth it because there was no games I wanted to play. So I'm hoping that they'll break the cycle and they'll actually have some stuff worth playing. Yeah, a lot of people they don't remember how bad Nintendo console launches are. Most of them are very barren. They've got like maybe one or two games, but then over time it develops a good library. But like buying it at launch, it's like you got to really like what's available, right? Because if the game you're waiting for is months away, you might as well just buy the Switch then, buy the console. But also what they've been doing as well is the Wii. The Wii launched with Twilight Princess, which was a GameCube game originally, but the Wii also had a pretty crap lineup as well. You know, Brawl. Brawl was like almost 2 years later. Mario Galaxy was over a year later. They're pretty much piggybacking off the novelty of the Wii. And then they did have a new Zelda game to play, but you had to play with the motion controls, which were very tacked on. You know, they were there, but you could tell that the game was not designed. It was not designed around the remote, right? That game was totally designed around using a normal, conventional controller. All right, do I want to sign off? When's the state of play thing? Because I'm hearing there might be Tales stuff, more more Tales franchise suicide. When's the state of play thing? Let me look up when that is. But yeah, the only thing I was really interested in was the Prince of Persia game. Looks like something I might play. Well, other than that, nothing I'm really excited for at all. Which is about what I expected. I went into it expecting nothing. Let me look here really quick. Oh, it's at 2 p.m. my time. Yeah, I don't know if I'll bother streaming that. Mostly because they're actually really trying to announce exclusives. They're really desperate for exclusives on the PS5, and I don't have one. And so far, there's been like almost no reason for me to buy one, even if I had the money. A, because I just upgraded my PC, right? And B, because they have no exclusives. If they say like, oh, Sengoku Basara 5 is coming to PS5, I will sell a kidney to buy that thing right away. But that's obviously not going to happen. So I don't know how much I really care about watching that. I might, but I don't want to promise that I'll restream it. I might skip that one, to be honest with you. All right, let's see if I feel like playing some games. I'm leaning towards just signing off right now because the Pirate Warriors 4 DLC is going to be in like 2 hours. I think it might be better to just turn off the stream now and then come back in like 2 hours and check that out. Maybe I'll do like one more game. Give me a sec. Well, I think what makes it worse is that they're jacking up the PS Plus price, right? So, and they've increased the PS Plus price by like 20-30%. So that's a hidden cost, right? You got to pay for that. And it's like at that point, why don't you just get a gaming PC? I don't know. Pretty much when they announced that they're jacking up the price of the PS Plus, that's kind of when it stopped being cheaper to game on console. PS5 hot take is not $500. It's like probably more like 700, 800. when you think about buying the console, right? Not even with no games, it's like 700, 800 bucks because the NVMe that's in there is only 500 gigs, and Mortal Kombat 1 comes out today, right? For the pre-order people, the premium edition. That's 150 gigs. Call of Duty Warzone is also like 150 gigs. So if you're one of the more normie gamers, and those are like the two main games you're interested in, your drive's already half full with 2 games. You have to buy a drive for it. And ideally, you would probably want like at least a 2 terabyte, just so that you don't have to keep re-downloading games, especially because a lot of places, especially in North America, have like data caps and stuff. You can't be re-downloading 100 gig games like all the time, right? You got to keep it on your drive until you're finished with it, or you just don't want to play it anymore. So when you consider that, and then that's not even considering PS Plus, which just got like 30% more expensive this past month. That's you're already at like probably over $800. That's with no games as well. When you factor in just like one game, that's another $70. So at that point, you could be well on your way to getting a decent computer that could run most of those games. And then you have the benefit of non-gaming stuff, right? You can use it for work or school or production, non-gaming things, web browsing, watching movies, stuff that doesn't involve video games, right? So it's like more of a less frivolous purchase for like not much more money. Yeah, PS5 is kind of a scam, really, when you think about it that way. 500 gigs is not much anymore. I mean, I've got 2 terabytes of NVMe space in this, and I'm constantly uninstalling stuff. But I don't have a data cap, and I have fast internet, so I can do it. But a lot of places do still have data caps, especially in North America, because the ISPs are scumbags. But yeah, that's something to consider too. If you live in a place where you have data caps, and these games are getting bigger, right? Mortal Kombat 1 is 150 gigs for a fighting game. It's like triple the size of Street Fighter 6. If you have a data cap, that thing's got to stay on your console for years, right? You can't keep uninstalling and reinstalling it. It's just not something that you can do. So I don't know. I find it very interesting how many hidden costs the PS5 has. It's $500 to start. But yeah, having a 500 gig drive with how big these games are getting is you can't put as many games on there as you think. It's going to become a limiter really fast. So looking at a PS5 compatible NVMe, you would want at least a 2 terabyte, and that's like $200 or more. So about half the cost of the console just to actually use it. To actually use it and not have to constantly reinstall things, which gets a lot harder when the games are like 50 to 100 plus gigs. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that they don't really include in the price, obviously, but it's definitely a thing for sure. That's why I chose to upgrade my PC. If they have some kind of Megaton exclusive, I would probably buy a PS5 used and then just use the stock drive and not really invest any more money into it, because my PC can do the same thing but better. But yeah, that's kind of how things are right now. That's the funny thing about the Switch as well. The Switch has barely any hidden costs, right? It's mostly just you can get like a 1 terabyte or like even a 500 gig micro SD card is more than enough for the Switch, because like most of the games are pretty small. The Joy-Cons drifting is a hidden cost, yes, but that's kind of an unintentional one, because they They fucked up with the design of it. And then the online, but the online is like the cheapest, right? So the hidden costs are kept under control. It's mostly just the online and then an SD card. But like most Switch games are pretty small. Most of them are barely even a couple gigs. Even like big games like Breath of the Wild, the Breath of the Wild games are like, they're only like 15 gigs. So you can have a bunch of the AAA games and then a lot of indie games as well, which most of them are not going to be larger than 5 to 6 gigs. You can fit like several dozen games on there. It's like not really that bad in comparison. Well, yeah, it's something interesting to think about, is how many hidden costs the new consoles has. I think Mortal Kombat 1 being 150 gigs kind of really brings that home, right? That's an insane amount of money. Like, just to get a drive to have like more than like 3 games on there. I'm telling you, like, if you have like Mortal Kombat 1 and Call of Duty Warzone, which are like, you know, normie games, right? Over half the drive is taken up at that point. At best, you can put like maybe a handful more games on there, and then you're going to be out of space. What are you going to do then, huh? You got to cough up for another drive. Mortal Kombat 1 on Switch is pretty much just desperation. They want to put it on Switch because it makes a lot of money, but the console shouldn't be even running that game. It's mostly just, they're desperate. They're very desperate. And they know that the player base is going to decline a lot by the time that the new Switch comes out, right? Hey, this game is legit. This game is legit. No hating on this game, okay? Even if you're not a Kamen Rider fan, this game is actually one of the better character action games come out last gen. don't know if people know this, but the best way to play this game is how I'm playing it right now. Through an emulator. It's the only version of this game you can run above 30 FPS. Because as good as this game is, they thought it was okay for this game to run at 30 FPS on PS4. So you definitely want to play this game on Switch emulator if you can. Yeah, I'm running this at like 144 FPS right now. Quite literally almost 5 times better than playing it on real hardware. Yeah, they really should have capped this, put it at 60 on console. Combat's good enough that you want it. And, something to get. Yeah, Kamen Rider games went through a pretty steep decline for a while, because Bat Ride War Genesis is like one of the best Kamen Rider games ever made, but they didn't have a good follow-up for it because they did 2 arena fighters, and then there kind of was nothing for a while, and then they came back with this. I was like, dude, why is this game so legit? This game is one of my favorite games out of the past few years. Even if I wasn't playing Kamen Rider. It's a really good action game. It's a legit good action game. That finish. Get out of here. Get out of here, Dr. Maki.
結果の分かった戦いなどどんどん行くぜ。止められるもんなら止めてみな。どんどん行くぜ。アクションドライブ。ジョーカーエクストリーム。ジョーカーエクストリーム。止められるもんなら止めてみな。どんどん行くぜ。どうだ。どんどん行くぜ。
Also, pretty much there's only like 2 bosses in this game that don't stagger. That guy, what is his name? Zeus? He's like an original character for the game. He's not from the show. But yeah, every boss in this game staggers. The main thing I don't like about this combat system is that they don't take any damage at all until the armor bar is gone. I think the fact that you can actually stagger them instead of the usual action game stuff we get now, where they just kind of go into a hangover state for a bit, and you just dump your biggest offense, I think is actually pretty cool. Oh, damn, I missed a punished opportunity there. Ecostream! Ecostream! Also mention this game has stamina, but after you beat the game, they give you an item that just turns it off completely. There's no stamina. Notice why it says 2 detectives at 1? That's a Kamen Rider double, the accessory. It makes it so there's no stamina. Normally when you change forms, it costs like a big chunk of your stamina, and so does dodging. But they're like, hey, we know stamina kind of sucks. This game would be a lot more fun if it didn't have it. It's like, hey, just beat the game and you get it right away. How many games would be better if they just had that? Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Maybe take a quick cat nap and eat something. And let me see. Unless it's out right now, the One Piece DLC will be out in about 90 minutes. So we'll check that out when it releases. So I will come back at 10 p.m. PST. So in about an hour and 45 minutes, I'll be back. So thanks for watching. Nintendo Direct-wise, the only thing I was really interested in is the Prince of Persia game, and I want to see more on that for one, and I also will not buy it on Switch. So, yeah, maybe if there's something else on sale, I might grab something to occupy you guys for the next few weeks. But, yeah, I will see you guys shortly. We'll be back with the One Piece DLC, which is apparently really good from what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the new maps are like really good. It sounds fun. So we'll check that out in a bit. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon.